You don't want to do an introduction?
No, I got you. I can do all that. I'm just doing this part
Oh,
right here.
okay. So, in this particular instance, example I'm giving, we, had a great working relationship, great friends, and got, invited, extended the invitation to participate in a particular platform that we were doing at the time. And when that platform kind of went belly up, so did our friendship with it. And it's like, wow, do I find out how much? I think she probably started with 1,000. And I'm like, well, if I gave her her $1,000 back, would everything be okay? That's what I'm asking myself. But then I thought, if I gave her her $1,000 back, who's going to give me my money that I originally started back? And like, and you don't want to take, and you're feeling bad, and you don't want to feel like, well, hey, you win some, you lose some, like
Right.
that. And it just felt, even for me, I felt uncomfortable with her. And I guess she, either felt uncomfortable or was upset with Kemp and I. And I used to carry that, Alan, to the point where, I used to tell Kemp, and this is, I'd be like, I don't like when you share what we're doing,
Mhm.
on the call, because if somebody loses money, then they're going to be upset with us, and then they're not going to come to the call anymore, like that.
Right. Right.
And here's the thing, if Kemp, thank God he doesn't listen to me. I mean, he listens to me, but if he really took that to heart and didn't tell anybody, then he wouldn't be sharing. I mean, because he would be guilty of not, I'm saying, sharing the love, I guess. Because what if, we'll use Novatech as an example. What if Kemp never shared Novatech with anybody, and you guys just saw us doing everything that we were doing, and
Right.
we didn't tell or share it with anybody? That out of all of those people that's in his downline in Novatech, there had to be one or two, or I'm sure it's more than one or two, that joined, that made money and was doing fine and actually prospering with it. But had we not shared it at all, that wouldn't have happened. Now,
Right.
unfortunately, things are the way they are at the moment. And like we always say, and you even alluded to the other day, like, don't use money that you're not in a position to lose. Don't invest your rent money. Don't invest, the last dime of your retirement money. Like, do not invest anything that you cannot lose. Or if this $100 is going to break our friendship, I'd rather you not.
That's it.
So
I think though the way you're actually communicating that right this second with Alan and the folks that we say, it had to come. And I don't think people really understood that when it came to Novatech. It's just like this where I am today. Um, me and for instance, when me and I don't think you had went to Florida when I met Cynthia, did you?
no, but I was in Brooklyn. We went to Brooklyn one time,
Oh,
and that was the
right.
first time I met Cynthia and Donald in Brooklyn.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and it's not just Novatech. It could be any platform. I just use Novatech. It could be AWS that we're talking
Yes,
about,
yes, yes.
or it could have been Crypto 300, or but
Condat.
at the
Several.
Condat. Yes, we could name,
Mm.
like I feel like I got battle scars. We're naming a few of them.
Mhm.
But as we always say, you get your ROI out, but people are like, I'm letting it grow, I'm letting it grow, I'm letting it grow. And then when you turn around and go to make that withdrawal with COTPS, that's another one. The day I made my first withdrawal was when it went down. And so I never got my return on my investment, not on that one. But we always say these are lessons. So my takeaway from that was have your little coins or your little seed money, have that ready, and you can go when people say go, let's do it, let's go. I didn't have an account when everybody was moving. I didn't have my account then. I didn't get my account to probably 30 to 45 days after that fact. And a lot of times with these compounding platforms, they move so fast that you need to be able, when they say, okay, let's go, you need to be able to hit go then and get in, get out. And
That's
if
good.
you're pausing or I'm gonna see if it works, and
Yes.
okay, and I got caught that time. Like I'm gonna see if it works. So I got caught that time. So that was my lesson learned. And like we always say, some lessons cost you more than others. And that one cost me a stack.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna feel some of that, but at the end of the day, guys, and I think the piece that we are really missing through this wealth principle is the point that now think about this. You said it, when you think about it, you want to get in quickly, right? But at the end of the day, you want to be prepared when opportunity is
Yes.
going to present itself.
Yes.
Because
Be
I
ready.
believe, be ready. So think about it from that level when he says in this principle, what if you were managing so you have an investment account? Most people that get started in these things don't even have what we call an account to invest. Am I making sense there? Len,
That
now
Yes,
part.
think
sir.
about if you're going to make money, but if you don't have an account to invest, now what is it like you're going to do when you say, um, don't put in no more than you can afford to lose? Think about it from that level. And I really got to go there too as well. So when you say that, what does that say to you today, Alan? If you heard that statement, and I just said what I said, what would that say to you? Because he's teaching this in this book.
Hmm. Well, for me, I don't put in a lot of money that I cannot afford to lose. It's already up here. I've been with you guys for a long time. The richest man in Babylon, from
Hmm.
Trashman to the
Hmm.
Cashman, and
Hmm.
I know that. The thing is that when I'm gonna, it might go off a little, but the thing is when I presented something to somebody that I know, I guess pretty much they didn't have the training, the education that you give, to know. Only put in what you could afford to lose. If your money, like goes south and it's gone, well, you could afford to lose it. We're still friends, you know? And
Right,
I could
right,
and,
right.
and and I could understand that. Then I could be like, there's something else. And if you know something that I should like, probably jump on, yo, you went for me, I'll go for you, and I won't even have a problem if it, goes south. But
Wow.
that's why I got this fear of doing what I did before because they don't have an understanding of put in only what you could afford to lose. See, I
And they don't
don't.
really have
To
the
them, it's
training
like
too.
exactly, and I have it. So what I put
Right.
into all these platforms, they go, they go. I'm like,
Wow.
oh,
Wow.
lesson learned. Boom. Next,
Yes. That's good.
next,
Right. Right.
next. You know.
Wow. That's good. That's good. I mean, we're looking at some of the wealth principles here in this book, what we call the secrets of a millionaire mind. But let me share something with you just in case you're watching. You might want to go through when we say personal development it's personal. When I say we develop ourselves personally, I don't know where Lynn is, I don't know where Alan is, but I know where Kemp is. And the only thing I'm worried about right now is growing me so I get the better understanding. And then when I'm able to, just like he said, it's just like getting to know God. We're talking about this one. That's another principle. But he says,
Mm-hmm.
seek him first, the kingdom. So we get to know him. And then we go and seek the righteousness and the things that he wants. And then once you understand those things, it's easy to share how good it is. So I'm excited. And the next book we're getting ready to read, guys, is watch this Millionaire Success Habits. Millionaire Success Habits. I need some new habits. Do you realize the more habits of millionaires that we develop, the faster we will make the money at the end of the day? So, Len, what is it that you're going to tell us today before we lead this amazing call as we talk about the platforms and the wealth principles and how it indeed? Because you really, that was good when you just, talked about. I think this is a very good video that we can put out when it comes down to these new platforms. And listen, this is really, really good. Thank you, Alan. And like we said yesterday, Alan was the star of the show because he said that. And wow, I mean, listen, how many of y'all got a fear of sharing information because your people don't know? That's why we say go to Life Changing Alliances each and every morning at 9 o'clock. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, Lynn. What you gonna say? What you gonna send us home with today?
Well, I think the best cure for fear is knowledge. We tend to have a fear of the unknown, the fear of what we don't understand. So,
Mm,
knowledge, educate yourself. That's that's my biggest takeaway with dealing with fear. You know, when if you don't know how it tastes, I'm afraid to try that because I don't know what to expect. Or it's always that thing of the
mm,
unknown. People don't know if there's a question in your head and you don't have the answer, that thing could paralyze you. You will not move forward. And that's why, no matter what you do, it could be an opportunity, a platform, or whatever. It's not until I understood Novatech that I was like, oh, yay, 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 Novatech. When I didn't
yeah.
understand it, you got no movement out of me. Okay.
Wow, that's true. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
true.
and that's what happens with a lot of things in life. When we don't understand things, what do? We sit from the sideline and watch everybody else. We're a spectator. The people who don't understand how to play football, well, you think you may know, but the people who know are the ones out there on the field. But I will, but we sit and and we want to be the spectator. We're going to talk about what they shoulda, coulda, woulda done. Okay, but
Wow.
we're sitting in the stands watching. Okay, so when we decide to take action, and when do we take action? When we take action on things that we know and understand. I could challenge you now, Alan, and say, what kind of cell phone do you have? Could you sell your phone to somebody else? And you would be able to do that. Why? Because you understand it. You know how it works. You know how it has
Mm,
worked for you. Okay,
mm,
and you can
mm, mm.
explain that. You feel comfortable doing that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right, and that's your comfort zone. We can sell what we love. We don't sell what we don't understand.
Wow. Wow.
You
That's
know,
good.
so
That's good.
when I look at that
Wow.
and look at this the last wealth principle, and that'll be my last thing. The only time you are actually growing is when you're uncomfortable. And we're some of the most times we're most uncomfortable is when we don't know and when we don't understand. And how do you combat that? when you don't know and don't understand. I don't understand, or I don't know why I'm in this space that I'm in
Mm,
right now,
mm,
but
mm.
I know that there's something out there that I'm supposed to know that I don't know. And I got to
Hey,
figure that out. I got to figure out what that is. And once I figure out what that is and work through it, because the whole point why we're uncomfortable is what we're stretching. Stretching is not always comfortable. We're
damn.
stretching, we're pulling, we're fighting. Okay. And then
Wow.
once we get to that next level, and we're like, wow, I made it through that. Okay, let me catch my breath. Okay, and now you're gonna kind of hang out there on that level for a bit until you
Hmm.
get more familiar with it. Okay, I think I got it. All right, and now we're what, on to the next, that next thing that's gonna stretch us some more,
Uh-oh.
right?
Come on now. Come on now. I love it. Love it. Love it. Alan, you got anything you want to say, buddy?
What I want to say is I'm thankful for you guys and being in the LCA, and without you, well, my life would be very different from what it is today.
Wow.
Because if
Wow.
somebody approached me about a platform, and I was like, okay, sure, I'll do it, I would absolutely not trust or like them anymore if it goes south.
Absolutely.
But we learn lessons, and we only do what we could do. Put in what we can afford to lose, and
Absolutely.
everything will stay the same between us.
Amen.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. 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 Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for this moment. But we got to get up out of here because we on 17 and I only got 20. So with that being said, we did good today. Yay. We'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same place, same station on Thursday. Bye-bye now.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.